My heart aches because I know my love for you will never be enough for them. But it's also a relief because I realize that I have to live for myself and not for their approval. There are moments when I want to scream at the top of my lungs that I am in love with you, but the fear of my family's reaction silences me. Why is it so hard for them to accept what feels so right to me? I've spent so much time worrying about their judgment that I've forgotten to ask myself what I truly want. And in my heart, I know that you are the answer, even if they never understand. Loving you feels like a beautiful secret I must protect, but it's hard to keep it hidden when my family's disapproval feels like a constant presence. I wonder if it's possible to live my truth without losing them. Every time I try to explain how I feel, the words get lost. It's as if they can't hear me, or worse, they don't want to. But I can't keep pretending that my love for you isn't real. I feel like I'm standing on a cliff, ready to jump into the unknown, with only my love for you as my wings. But the fear of my family's disapproval pulls me back, making me question if I'm brave enough to take the leap. I try to make them see the real you, the you that makes me feel whole. But every time I speak, it feels like I'm building walls instead of bridges. I wonder if they'll ever understand what I feel. You are the person I want to be with, but every time I think about telling my family, a knot forms in my stomach. It's not just fear, it's the pain of knowing that they may never accept us. It's hard to feel free when the weight of other people's expectations is constantly on your shoulders. I wish I could just follow my heart without worrying about how my family will react. There are days when I think that maybe I'll find a way to make them understand, but then the reality hits me. Their approval is a battle I may never win, and maybe, just maybe, that's okay. The more I love you, the more I realize that their approval may never come. But as much as it hurts, I have to admit that my love for you is the only thing that truly matters to me right now. I find myself lost in a maze of emotions, torn between the love I have for you and the loyalty I feel toward my family. It's a struggle I never anticipated, but now it's the reality I face every day. They don't see what I see in you, and maybe they never will. But every time I'm with you, I realize that I don't need their approval to know that what we share is real. I never imagined that loving you would make me feel like I'm living on the edge, but it does. And every time I face my family's disapproval, I feel like I'm losing a part of myself. My love for you is the one thing I feel certain about, yet every time I think of my family's reaction, creeps in. How do I stay true to myself when it feels like the world is pushing me in a different direction? I love you with everything I have, but the fear of losing my family's approval is a constant shadow. It's hard to be myself when I feel like I'm not allowed to be. I've spent so much time trying to explain why I love you, but all that seems to happen is I lose pieces of myself in the process. Maybe it's time to stop explaining and just live our love. It's painful to love someone so deeply and yet be made to feel like you have to hide that love. My family may not approve, but I know in my heart that this love is worth every sacrifice. I can feel the weight of their expectations pressing down on me, yet when I'm with you, I feel like I can breathe. How do I reconcile these two worlds without losing who I am? It's hard to love you when I know that my family's approval is a distant dream. But no matter how difficult it gets, I realize that I can't stop loving you, even if they never understand. My love for you is real, yet it feels like a crime in the eyes of my family. How do I find peace in the midst of this constant inner conflict when all I want is to be free to love you openly? Every day, I'm torn between two versions of myself: the person I am when I'm with you, and the person I am when I'm with my family. Can these two worlds ever coexist, or will I always be stuck in the middle? I love you more than words can express, but it hurts to know that my family may never accept us. How do I bridge the gap between the love I have for you and the loyalty I feel for them? Every time I imagine a future with you, I see nothing but love and happiness. But every time I think of my family's disapproval, I see nothing but uncertainty and fear. It's hard to find balance when both worlds feel so far apart. Loving you feels like a journey I can't stop, but the fear of my family's reaction is a weight that drags me down. How do I keep moving forward when it feels like everything I've known is pulling me back? In the silence of my heart, I feel torn between the love I have for you and the fear of disappointing the ones who have always been there for me. How do I choose between them and you when both hold pieces of my soul? Every time I think about you, I feel this warm sense of freedom. But the moment I think of my family, a cold wave of doubt washes over me. It's like walking on a tightrope, balancing my love for you and the weight of their expectations. It's strange how love can make you feel so alive, yet so vulnerable. The truth is, I wish my family could see what I see in you, but until they do, I am left wondering if I can ever truly be myself without their approval. I look into your eyes and see the future I want, but the voices of my family echo in my mind, reminding me of the expectations they've placed on me. It's as if love and loyalty are constantly in conflict within me. The thought of us together fills me with hope, but the reality of my family's disapproval brings doubt. It's hard to let go of their opinion, but even harder to ignore the pull of my heart towards you. My heart is caught between two worlds, the one where I follow my own desires and the one where I live up to the standards set by my family. In the end, I'm left wondering if I can ever reconcile both. It feels as though I'm living a double life, one for you, full of passion and authenticity, and one for them, full of restraint and hesitation. Can I ever bring them together, or will I forever be torn? Every time I speak your name, I wonder if I am betraying my family. Yet when I think of them, I can't help but feel that I am betraying myself. This constant battle between love and loyalty leaves me exhausted. The more I try to explain you to my family, the more they seem to misunderstand. It's as if the more I care for you, the more I lose pieces of myself in their judgment. I never imagined that loving you would feel like an act of rebellion. But with every disapproving glance, every whispered comment, I wonder if my love is worth fighting for, or if it's just a fleeting dream. I'm caught in a storm of emotions: love, fear, guilt. My heart beats for you, but my mind replays the fear of not meeting my family's expectations. How can I hold on to you when they don't even understand? It's hard to explain to someone why I love you when my family has built walls around their acceptance. I want them to see what I see in you, but I fear the truth will push them even further away. Loving you feels like breaking free from chains, yet my family's disapproval feels like a constant weight around my neck. How do I choose between what feels right and what feels safe? In the quiet moments, I wonder if my family will ever truly understand the depth of my feelings for you. It's as if their expectations are a constant reminder that I don't quite fit in, no matter how much I try. Every time we're together, I feel like I'm living my truth. But the second I step outside and face my family, I feel like I'm hiding a part of myself. The tension between these two worlds is starting to feel unbearable. My heart knows that what we share is real, but the fear of disappointing my family makes it hard to hold on to that truth. I wish I didn't have to choose, but it seems like that's exactly what I'm being forced to do. It's a battle I never thought I'd fight, my love for you against my family's judgment. I want to stand strong for us, but sometimes the weight of their expectations makes me question everything. Every day I face a decision: honor my love for you or protect myself from the potential hurt that my family's disapproval might cause. It's like being stuck between a dream and a nightmare. I wish my family could see you through my eyes, understand the depth of my feelings, the sincerity of my love. But as each day passes, the gap between their approval and my heart widens. Loving you feels like walking in the light, but being torn between you and my family feels like walking in shadows. I wish I could merge these two worlds, but for now, I am caught between them. You are the spark that ignites my heart, yet my family's disapproval feels like water trying to extinguish that flame. How do I stay true to myself when their voices grow louder every day? In every moment we share, I feel free, but as soon as I return to my family's world, I feel trapped again. It's like I'm living two separate lives, neither of which fully reflects who I am. I want to shout to the world about my love for you, but the silence of my family's disapproval keeps me from speaking the truth. How do I choose between the love I have for you and the loyalty I feel toward them? It's not that I don't care about my family's opinions. I do. But when I look at you, I realize that their approval will never be enough if it means sacrificing my happiness.